Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Music of the Week. Got about 5 albums to go through. This is for all the stuff that came out last Friday, not yesterday Friday, the Friday before that. Got 5 albums to do. Let's see, is there anything I can think of? Oh, thank you to everyone who watched the Random Gaming stream last night. That's it, let's just move on with this. We begin with At the Gates with their 7th album, The Nightmare of Being. Now, At the Gates are an OG Swedish death metal band, aka the best kind of death metal, because the Swedes, they know their shit when it comes to metal in general. And I really enjoyed this one. Spoiler alert, no album in this episode reaches an A grade, like in the A area, no A+, A, or A-, but this gets a B+. I really liked it. I thought it was a really enjoyable episode, really loved the instrumentation, and you could tell that this is a band that has earned their OG status, and they're considered quite influential with the, birth of death metal, especially in Sweden and the, areas around there. Really liked the sort of conceptualized lyrics, really loved the instrumentation work. Yeah. Really put together nicely too, got solid production for an album on Century Media, which can overcook things sometimes, but all in all, just really solid death metal. About what you would expect from Swedish death metal. It's about as good as it gets, and it's really damn good, so yeah, I'd recommend giving it a spin, maybe. Next up, we go to America, specifically Palatine, Illinois, for Born of Osiris' 6th album, Angel or Alien. Now, this is apparently the first of 2 that they're dropping this year. It's the second album I heard of Born of Osiris after the last one, The Simulation, back in 2019. And I enjoyed that, but it did take some getting used to. This one does fall apart a little bit for me. I'm giving it a C. It just feels fairly by the books as it goes. I do like the I do like the fact that it adds a bit more melody, but it's just not consistent enough for the most part. I just didn't really feel like what I think I was supposed to feel. I know these bands were much more heavy rock back in the day, and I do like a bit of prog every now and then. It's a good bit of prog metalcore, but I'm picking so much of that out of my cereal these days, you know? It's just nothing I really haven't heard before, especially from Born of Osiris, and I've only heard one other album besides this. And suffice to say, if this is the first of 2 this year, I'm not looking forward to the second one. But yeah, I just didn't really feel this one as much as I was expecting to. It's got moments, but I don't know, it feels lackluster in terms of its instrumentation. I think it tries to go for a story with lyrics that sort of fails. The production really hurts a lot too. There's way too much covering, way too much coating on it. It's just not put together interestingly enough either, but I can't really give it anything low because it's not deliberately bad. It's just, it feels so decidedly meh, you know? And that's usually what I give C albums. Like, if they're average middle of the road meh, I think a C is the best grade for it. And next up we go to Joliot, London Town in England Town for Desperate Journalist, that is the band name, with their 4th album, Maximum Sorrow. By the way, it's Desperate Journalist altogether, not a weird spacing out thing. Yeah, this is their 4th album though, and pretty enjoyable post-punk, indie rock sort of thing. I've actually listened to a fair chunk of post-punk this year, and while this isn't as good as that, it's still really enjoyable, and I'm giving it a B+. I liked a lot of it. It's just a really charming, fun album at the end of the day. I liked how they handled it. It was really well put together, and considering I was scraping a lot for last week, to say the least, I was not expecting anything like a hidden gem or anything, but this is probably the hidden gem of the episode. Definitely the only other album I recommend. Well, not the only other album. I do recommend this one quite highly. Really like the personable lyrics, really like the fun take they had on the structuring as well. It's quite all over the place, but still fun in its own way. Stays at its own lane quite well, knows what it's doing. It's a really intelligently put together album. Again, sort of needed that something, like some of the songs feel a bit too different from what I'm used to, but it's a good different, and it's something you don't expect, and I do enjoy that, and I really enjoy this album, so hence the B+, and I recommend giving it a spin for yourself. Also, the band perform quite well too, and lead singer Jo Bevan, she's really good at what she does, so yeah. Next up we go from that to a debut, Plisken, with their 1st album and their Paradise is for Listenings. Now, Plisken are a punk band from Germany, and they were formed from the ashes of a different German punk band called Stomper 98, I think their name is. And you know what? This is pretty solid, about what you would expect from the more Germanic style of punk. Really melodic, really a lot packed into each song. And I'm giving this album a B. I liked a lot. I liked the attitude overall, even if it does feel like they're an older band, but it's not done in the same bland, boring way. It's actually got a pretty decent take with its lyrics for the most part, even if it feels like nothing I haven't heard before. But the performance value is really good. It's produced quite well. Pirates Press, they're a really good label for that, I think. And they're sort of the label that a band like this will fit into, and I hope they stay with them. So yeah, really solid album. Don't have a lot else to say besides that. Hence the B rating. Liked a lot of the lyrics. The riffs were really good. I feel like too many of the songs were a little bit too long. There could have been a little bit of filing down, but while I'm an advocate for trimming the fat, it's not fat that I don't enjoy, as I am a fat person myself. So yeah, but honestly, if you think it might be worth your time, give this one a go. I found a lot more enjoyment out of it than I thought I would. Finally, for this, we return to London in England. I have to point that out because there is a London in Canada. For Snapped Ankles with their fourth album, Forest of Your Problems. Now, these are from London, like Desperate Journalist. They're a post-punk act like Desperate Journalist, but these are more of a experimental sort of art rock vibe. They mix in elements of electronica and krautrock especially. And I'm giving this album also a B. I found it a bit too weird to fully find myself enjoying, but again, it's just something I did not expect. Like, each song is so different, and there's like a lot of a good palatable experience. It is very much style over substance. Like, there's not much to it other than it's a bit goofy and a bit wacky, but also catchy and enjoyable and honest. I have no clue who any of the members are, by the way. There's no information about them. They wear like masks, like they wear, as it says on the Wikipedia here, shamanistic costumes, and I've seen some of the outfits they wear. They are pretty weird, but I'm alright with that. Let the focus be on the music very much, even though I say this with all masked bands, all bands who wear their identities. Hiding yourself is just going to want to make the people know more, and you can't hide it from the world forever. It's happened, Slipknot, Hollywood and Dead, it happens to people, but yeah, find this one and give it a go if you think it might be up your alley. Well, not a lot in terms of lyrics, like there's a lot of repeated phrases, but there seems to be a political sort of lean. Pretty weirdly structured, but oddly satisfying, like falling on a memory foam mattress, in a way. Which, I don't do metaphors, and that's a big reason why. Similes, sorry. Yeah. And solid performance as well. Like, the band have a lot of fun with what they're doing, and they vibe off each other really well. I think there's only about 4 of them. Like, I have no idea who's in this band and what they do, but whoever they are, whatever they do it quite well, and this album is pretty damn good. Now that'll about do it for this one. Of the video plans I have, let's see, probably Fight of the Night tomorrow, PBW vs AVW on Tuesday. I don't have a lot of plans besides that because I haven't really started on the Caravan Palace episode yet of backtracking, and I will get to that eventually, probably today. And I need to set up the card for PBW vs ABW as well, so I'll do that. The only other thing I can guarantee is God, if I can get the card done, I will guarantee a stream on Tuesday night, hopefully. So that'll be that. I will see you all more than likely tomorrow, hopefully more likely on Tuesday, for a stream for PBW vs AVW. So yeah, look forward to that. If you're interested, if you watch those, thank you. It's quite nice because I do like doing those. Those are good. And I'll see you all whenever the hell I see you. And as always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye bye.